In this video, we explore how pain is not just physical. My name is Carolyn Zeff, and I'm an athletic therapist and osteopathic manual practitioner. And I believe that by changing your story, you can change your pain. Now, some people think that the pain they feel in their body is directly related to the amount of tissue damage, inflammation, or illness that's present in their body. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Pain is subjective, pain is multifaceted, and pain is complex. The pain sensation we have all felt at one period of time or another is actually a unique experience orchestrated by how our brain and our spinal cord is functioning. And this uniqueness comes about not just by way of our genes, but by the lens our brain uses to focus and process the numerous messages it receives from our social interactions, as well as our internal and external environment. Kind of for an example, if you think about you're curled up in your chair, very comfortable chair. You're in your most comfortable pajamas. You got your slippers on. You got a tea beside you, and you have a novel in hand. And you are completely engrossed in what you're reading. And as you're turning the page, you actually end up paper cutting yourself. But you feel maybe a slight sting, but it's not a lasting sensation. It's almost like background noise because you're so engrossed in what you're reading. Now, flip over to another scenario here. Imagine yourself, you're sitting at your desk and you've been procrastinating on starting your midterm paper for the past 5 nights in a row. And now you're at a point where you are irritated, borderline furious about how much work you now have to get done. And you finally open one of the 20 textbooks you have on your desk, and as you're starting to flip through it, you paper cut yourself. And at this time, you feel a sharp, very unpleasant pain sensation that grabs your full attention. And this may be followed by a few choice words, and maybe you contemplating how life is so unfair. But when you look at these two different scenarios, one really kind of encapsulates that you're engrossed in doing something else and you're really enjoying yourself, so the pain sensation is very minimal. And in the other scenario, you are really irritated and unhappy, and when you paper cut yourself, it grabs your full attention and it's quite sharp, and maybe it's even a little bit longer lasting than in, say, the first case scenario. So this kind of illustrates my point that I was saying that pain is subjective. And to illustrate kind of how pain is more multifaceted, we're going to expand on this using the concept employed by the biopsychosocial model. So the biopsychosocial model has 3 components to it: biology, psychology, and sociology. So when we break down the term biopsychosocial into bite-sized pieces, bio is talking about our biology, and our biology is what makes up our body and talks about what happens inside our body, the processes that take place. Psycho is short form for psychology. And psychology is comprised of our thoughts, what we think, and our emotions, what we feel, and the behaviors that those elicit, whether it be in a reaction form or more of a conscious decision to go forward with certain actions that we do. So reactive and responsive. Now, the social in biopsychosocial examines the social factors that influence our health, such as our relationship with others, our culture, our financial status, and so on. So when we break down the biopsychosocial model, it can help illustrate how our pain experiences are unique, just like our genes are, just like our life experiences are, just like our beliefs, thoughts, and feelings are. So this uniqueness is determined, or it determines how we feel our pain. And how we feel pain is our brain's way of keeping us safe. Now, one way the brain receives messages about our safety is through our environment. And this is actually transmuted through possibly our thoughts and our feelings. And over a prolonged period of time, if we're perceiving our environment as more dangerous than safe, This can cause our brain and our central nervous system to become hypervigilant and hypersensitized. And that can actually lead to persistent or chronic pain that just doesn't go away. And we call this type of thinking, when we're really ruminating and magnifying negative situations in our life, we call it pain catastrophizing thinking. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please follow or subscribe.